I am the one known as the Buddha. I have shared with you during those advanced times when we have brought celebration and ceremonium to you. And today we come to speak about that eternal now. The now that is in your consciousness, the now that I spoke of in my teachings. For all is in the now. When the beam hits you of energy, you're in the now. It is your choice to handle things in positive ways or negative ways in the now. As all collapses around you, you're in the now. And yet you still look forward to the future, and you are in the now. It is important for those of you who are the light workers, the light bearers, the light holders, all of those who are awake and aware, to be in the now. Not to be looking forward and not to be looking back. For as this one spoke today, she is living many lives in the same moment, in the now. It is not appropriate for her to discuss these things unless she is experiencing them. And this is why we have brought these experiences to her in the now. More and more you will be experiencing similar things. And it does get too confusing if you stay in the 3D perception. As you have risen with your consciousness, as you have risen in the frequency, you are changing your now. It is different than those around you. It is different than those with whom you work, with whom you live, with whom you share your day-to-day lives. Your now is different than those who exist in the moment-to-moment now of the 3D existence. Your now is changing, because your now, more and more every day, will include the glimpses that you will be given, the glimpses you are allowing your highest self to experience. There is one who is in charge of you, and it is you. And you forget that at times. And the you is allowing the experiences of seeing galactic brothers and sisters, of seeing those from the inner earth. It is that you, that higher self, that is allowing you to see glimpses of lives you are living in the now, in the moment. For you have walked away from that 3D understanding of past, present, and future. You have walked away from that for the intention of bringing the present into focus. For bringing the present into manifestation. And that present is that glorious imagination, that glorious vision you have for the now. And we are so excited on this plane of our existence. All of those of us who serve you, share with you, all of us who are eager to greet you in person. We have many wonderful things planned for your next advance to help prepare you for the now. And all of this, when you read the words, will fill you with an anticipation and understanding that is hard to put into words in this moment in time as I speak. But know that this group, those on the phone, those who read the words, are receiving downloads of energy which are changing you in the now. Those are my words for the day. We will share with you if you have questions during the question and answer time. Give us time to change back and forth in the energy fields of this one. Blessings and love to you. Yes. James, we are passing this to you.
Om Mani Padme Om. Greetings to you.
Greetings.
One who serves here with you now to take the next part here. But before we move on with question and answer period, we would wish to share a little something here with you. With your advance coming, this has been a precursor. What you have just experienced in this guided meditation is a precursor of one of the things that will be happening at your advance. It will be much more profound, though, much more in-depth as to what will be occurring there. Because it is important now. There's a time frame here. A frequency, yes, but also a time frame here. For we speak now at your understanding, at your three-dimensional understanding, and certainly at ours as well, because we are in the time sense as well. We have bodies here. We have our lives just as you do. Somewhat different, of course, but we do have an existence here in the 3D world at many times. Not that we are pulled into that type of atmosphere, and we tend to stay above it as much as we can, but there are times when our services are needed so that we are drawn back as well. Now, we can certainly move in and out, as you will also be able to move in and out of it, as you will need to when the times come, when the frequencies are right. So you are going to have many experiences at this advance, and those that are not at the advance can join over the phone here. It will be set up to allow for those of you to participate at most of the various events that happen there. Not all, of course. You will not be able to eat together and things like this, but you will have the experience of hearing our words as well as participating in the meditations that will be given and the experiences that will be had by all. So there are many things coming, many things that are in the works, not only for your advance, but for many of the events that are planned, including and to be ending with the grand celebration that we have spoken of many times. Many sources have spoken of this celebration, and you have never had a celebration that will be had on this planet when this situation is ready for it. We are all ready for it and preparing. Would you have questions now here for one who serves Ashira and Buddha?
I have a question talking about the body being changed into more of a crystalline, or is it crystalline body?
Yes.
Is it something that we are going to notice towards the end of the ascension, or is it something that we're going to experience during the waves, which I understand are coming within the next few weeks?
It's a wonderful question, and we can share with you that the changes that are moving to the crystalline form is already in the works. It is already happening. People are experiencing it in different ways, in different varieties, and what is word here? We're having difficulty coming up with the word here. Different understandings of it. And this is in the process and is going to become more and more and more. You will experience the changes that are happening. And you will find, as you are already finding, the changes in diet and things that were spoken of earlier, as well as all of the things that are still coming. The memories coming back. All of this is part of this changeover, this transition from your carbon base to your crystalline base. And all of this is going to culminate at the ascension process. So you are correct. It is when the ascension happens, it will be the final culmination of this. And this will be a complete transition from one level, you might say, to another level here. Does this answer your question?
Yes, it does. It's also going to make us feel, is that going to let go of the density? Is that what this crystalline is? Let go of the density, the mass, the density of the body, the physical
yes,
body.
you're talking about the heavier density of the physical body. Yes,
Correct.
You will be literally lighter. Almost as you will be able to, in some cases, it'll be beyond almost. You will be able to float above the earth. Yes, all of this is still coming. It is in the process. Anything you wish to add here, Ashira?
Well, I'm going to add a touch of humor to this. You, Miss Natalie, are probably too young to remember this, but those of you in this room who remember the show My Favorite Martian, a long time ago, did he not have funny antenna that would come up? And that was much the guffaw at the time, the laughter at the time. But the show was very popular. And I just mentioned this because this was a precursor. This is something that got people thinking. Your crystalline bodies are going to be much like antennas. They're going to be much more sensitive, reaching out in many different ways, and this, as one who sort of said, will manifest in different ways for each person. And the change in the structure is something that is new, for as those of us who have left physical bodies and raised our vibrations and have existed in other planes, we have had spiritual bodies, but not quite the same body that you are manifesting. So this is part of the grand show that has been going on, is to see how you adapt to the bodies and how you change as you go through this process. This has been an important part of what we have needed to do in our roles, is to support you in this, to make you aware of the aches, the pains, the change in diet, all of these different things, change in sleep habits. And as the changes have progressed, the need for sleep has increased, and the changes in the appetite for different foods has increased. We've told you at one time or another having chocolate is okay, have we not? Or if you have craved something, it is something that you need at that moment to make the change. So go with the flow, allow yourselves I was going to say the pleasure, but we know this one has not experienced so much pleasure at times, but allow yourself to go with the flow, to respond with what you have been led to eat and to drink and to do know that there are many, many who are watching this process, who are keeping a very close eye on each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Are there other questions here?
Is the ringing in my ears has changed frequencies? I lost count how many times, but the noise is definitely, I believe in its frequency being up now. Am I right?
Yes, certainly. Many will experience these types of things, as well as many other what would be considered maladies, but are really not. They are understandings that are happening within you to make you aware, just as Ashira has said, to make you aware of these changes. And it is a byproduct of all that is happening, of this wave of energy that is coming in. And as we have said previously, when the wave, the big wave, the major wave, if you wish to call it this, hits, there will be no misunderstanding of this. You will not look at your neighbor and say, is this it? You will know that this is it. There is going to be no question about it. Would there be any further questions here?
I have a question.
Hello, this is Charles on the phone.
Yes. Charles on the phone.
So when the event happens and one transforms into the fifth dimensional light body, I think I understand that that body is multidimensional, so it can drop into this realm and or go into the higher realm. Is that correct? Am I correct in my understanding?
That is correct. Please understand that all that is happening here now has happened many times before in terms of two individuals. But those individuals have not been prepared for what the changes would be like, as we are preparing you for the changes as much as we can. We have been through it. We know what it is. But this is different because this understanding is being given out to all who are ready for it. And it is preparing you. It is all about preparing you for the wave. As James said earlier, this is the theme for your coming advance, preparing for the wave. And you are going to prepare for it, and we are going to make sure that you are ready for it. Not only you that will be there at the advance, but for those who will then read about it after as well. And as your group is having these experiences, know that there are many other groups that are having similar types of experiences as well. So all is coming together at the right moment, at the right time. If you go with the flow, as we have been saying, it will all work out. So your the understandings at the 3D under the world here, your 3D illusion, will not be anything to be of concern about anymore. And we speak in terms of anymore. Would there be anything you wish to add here, Ashira?
No, but thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Any further questions here? We heard one coming from the other James here earlier.
No, I had a question. This is Natalie.
Yes.
Again, I had a question, or I have wondered if this ascension is going to be easier somewhat for children than it is for adults who analyze, considering children are still into this innocence, into this pure mind. They normally feel more love with they're filled with more love than basically the adults are. Is this going to be something for them to naturally go through?
Yes, Ashira, we are sensing that you wish to speak on this.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
For that. First, let me address the new group of children that have been coming into bodies that are very young. Women that are pregnant with children who will be coming in to experience this. These children coming in for many years have had different names. And the new crop of children, let us say, the new children who are coming into the plane have this very strong task before them, for they are uplifting every person upon this planet. Their innocence is amazing, as you would say, Miss Natalie. However, their awareness, they stay connected, they understand at very deep levels that it's their job to maintain balance and to maintain a sense of optimism and a sense of an understanding of where everyone is going. They are so connected at this moment in time. Even the child who sits in the cradle Even that child who is still breastfed by its mother, it is not a child, it is a soul being, it is a spiritual being. And it is here with this great sense of purpose. And this great sense of purpose is also assisting those other children at every level, well into their 20s. All of these children that have come with great desires to make a difference, great desires to see a change, they will accept this easily and effortlessly and will move with the energy without question. And so, as you see the bottom children, the youngest children, they are support for the entire human family. And this aspect of their innocence and their sense of duty comes higher than any other generation previously. They have an understanding of this process. And so, to answer your question, yes, the children at different times and different places have an inner guidance about this. Even your children who seem to be turning their backs on you and your belief system, when the clarion call goes and the wave hits, they will understand more deeply and more quickly than adults around them. And we will see this in children of all ages, up and through until the 20s. And the 20s is an age where they are more concerned about supporting one another and their family, and so they may sense a little bit of disturbance, but again, not the same as those who are not yet awake upon the planet. The wave will hit, and there will be a response of love from the very youngest in the cradle to the very oldest. And all of the children that you ask about are a part of this process and will amaze you at the depth of their understanding and their support. One who serves?
Yes, and we would add here that there is the preparation that we have been speaking of with the Lightworker community that is going to be of great assistance to all of those that are not understanding what is going on here, what is happening. So you will be of service beyond what you can even imagine at this point here. You are being prepared for this. Any further questions here now? Then we are done for this time. We will release channel. Just to continue on as you are and work toward those things that have been given you and that are coming through you at all different times and moments in your life. You are being nudged here and nudged there. You are being shown glimpses of the veil dropping. All of these things are happening for a reason. And for you to accept these things, whether they are seeming maladies within you, or if they are pleasurable experiences, or whatever they are all part of the great change and transition that is happening here. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
I am Ashira. I have addressed you in questions today. As always, it is my pleasure. So I would bring just the remembrance to you. You discussed it in your group today, and it has been intentional. There are so many things that you on purpose turn away from in the greater world, for you know that they are but remnants. They are like shadows. They are like memories that continue to pop up here and there that are not of the highest love. That is part of the process of the cleansing of the planet, so that people can release their old belief systems, such as that you saw this week with the animal kingdom and the uproar. You have seen that towards ethnicities, you have seen that towards countries, you have seen that towards people. But each time, each occurrence is an opportunity for more to be awakened, more to feel the greater love, not only of humans, but also of animals. This is a time that love is awakening in each and every being. And it is your opportunity to speak of love in every instance. And to remember when things seem to be of information that is not resonating with you, that it could be just a part of the puzzle. And that is what they are so fiercely defending. It is no longer necessary to be fiercely defending. It is now the time for truth. It is the time for love. It is the time for maybe you are right, and allowing it to pass from you. We give you great thanks, peace, and understanding for the coming times. Namaste.
Namaste.